All right. Hello. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, Mario.
All right. Hope you can hear me.
I can hear you 16 seconds live already.
All right. I'm going to start asking questions now. I was wondering why and when did you start with comedian?
Comedy started me, if that makes sense. I've always been funny, but I've also been very, very shy. And comedy was a way for me to get noticed and stop bullies and I just love entertaining. And so professionally, I started in May 1983. But I'd been telling jokes since I was about 8 years old. Just a second. Jack? I'm on a live studio here, bro. Just cucking my lighty out there. So talk to me.
That's fine. All right. That was actually my next question. Well, why? Where did you start?
Where did I start? I'll tell you, Mario. It's fantastic. I like it when people actually ask me these questions because it, it shows people how difficult it is to start and whatever. You have to be committed, So I started in Port Elizabeth. Yeah. So I started in Port Elizabeth at a place called another runway, Rosie O'Grady's in Port Elizabeth in the Holiday Inn. It was flipping hard work, 10 shows a week. And a lot of people were the same, so I had to change my stuff all the time, which was great for me because when I started, I could do 4 hours. But back in the days, that was jokes, so I could do that. You're sideways now, Mario.
Right. Sorry. Seems in head now.
You're breaking up, Mario. What is your internet speed, dude?
Right.
Who interested me?
Internet.
Just as comedians. The first guy I really, really laughed about was a guy called Richard Pryor, and there was a guy in England called Tom O'Connor. My brother bought an LP once of Tom O'Connor, and I listened to it non-stop for a full weekend, from Friday to Monday morning. I just didn't start. And my cousin. So, and then I could do it verbatim after that. So Tom O'Connor, yes, and then Richard Pryor was my go-to guy because he was just brilliant. And of course Billy Connolly.
Wow.
And I was working in England, and Billy Connolly, I opened up 4 shows for him, and he came to me after the 3rd show and said to me, dude, basically in this broad Scots accent, he said to me, I'm extremely funny, but I must stop telling jokes. You must just start talking about life. And that's what it is. So I tell this to everybody. So Billy Connolly doesn't realize it, but he changed my life, made a plan. So I listened to what he said, and yet I am 38 years later, still working.
Yeah. And if I can ask,
I was born in Zimbabwe in 1956. And the first words I said to my parents were, sell the farm.
Oh, they're going. And where did you study?
Study what? You don't study comedy. You experience comedy. But I went to school, I left standard 8 because I was useless. But I studied, I became an electrician, if you call that study. I hated it with an absolute passion. But you don't study comedy, you actually learn by experience and making huge mistakes and dying on stage. That's how you become a good comedian. Because there's not one single person out there who's a comedian who can tell you
Yeah.
with an open heart that they've never died on stage. They're talking cock.
Mm. I don't know. Have I asked who inspired you?
Yeah, well, my brother actually.
Mm.
My brother was the one who kept on, my late brother, who told me all the time, Baz, you're so funny, you should be on stage. You should be on stage. So the primary thing came from my late brother telling me. And because my late brother was extremely funny, but he was only funny to me
Mm.
because he told a joke to me that was on the next level that the average person wouldn't have understood. So most of the jokes he told me were like, like there's jokes you chat with your friends about. So my brother inspired me, and we did a lot of stuff together. He was great, but he was too shy. He was just too shy to come on stage. So there we go.
Yeah. Mm. And what's your favorite joke to tell people?
The newest one I've got. All my jokes. I love my jokes. I love my jokes all the time. In fact, I'm doing a course now to help people like yourself because you seriously need. Are you there? You've gone. I'm doing a course now to show people how to
No, I'm
create
there.
their own jokes. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Well, I'm doing it. It's coming out in January. It's called Barry Hilton Talk Funny because everybody wants to. So everybody wants to be the person that
Yeah,
people
that
have a
sounds
laugh
cool.
at a braai. Everybody, do you remember sitting with your friends, your family, or whatever? And all of a sudden, out of the blue, you said something that was in the conversation, and everybody just rolled around hysterically laughing. You've got to tell me that that is the best feeling you've ever had in your life. So everybody wants to be funny. Everybody,
Mm.
even sour people, want to be funny.
Yeah. And then there's another one. Uh,
Where can people follow me? Well, it depends. If it's the police, I'm not too sure, but people can follow me on my Facebook page, Barry Hilton Official. They can go on to Cousin Approved. They can go into my cousin, No Gonons Braai, all those websites. But just basically on my webpage, barryhilton.co.za or barryhilton.com, you can check what I am. They can follow me everywhere, bro. The point is, they shouldn't be following me. They should be waiting for me and paying for me to go in there. So there we go.
yeah. All right, that actually went a bit quicker than normally.
Is it so? Let's talk. Let's talk about my course,
Yeah.
Mario, because I don't
Yeah.
know if anybody out there. How many jokes do you think I've told in my life, Mario?
Of your own or
I only tell my own jokes. How many jokes do you think I've told?
three?
Exactly. You've been listening to my stuff. I've only ever told 3 jokes. And all of the jokes I tell are variations of those 3 base jokes. One is a pun, one is exaggeration, and one is false logic. That's why I can actually share my secrets with people like yourself. From early next year, I'm doing an online course that allows you and shows you how to extrapolate humor from basically anything. Give me a subject. Give me anything.
Braai.
Right. Now, if I wanted to do a pun on that, I would say kill the dog. Sorry. I would say a braai. I'm the best braaier because I'm on fire. That's a pun. Okay. If I wanted to exaggerate it about it, I would say, you know, when a South African's braaiing because he burns 27 hectares of virgin forest. Okay. And false logic is I wanted to braai, but it was a bit difficult in the plane. Boom boom. Rhodesians will never die. I like that. Does that make sense to you, Mario? So I take the one word and I can change it. So I'm showing people how to create so you get a topic and you get some words, and I showed you in my course. They can actually contact me on barry@cousinapproved.com, and then if they want to find out about joining my course, and wait for this, because I want everybody to laugh and I want everybody to have fun and I want everybody to use humor in their life. The course is only 549 rands for an online course. It should be 999, but I'm starting it off at 549 rands so anybody can want to become. It's not to become a comedian. It's to use humor in your everyday life. My brother phoned me once. My brother was dying, unfortunately. My brother had cancer, and he told me something very sad, and I turned it around to help myself. He said to me, I've got cancer, and the doctor hasn't given me long. What should I do? So immediately I said, commit fraud, because the judge will give you 9 years. And we both had a good laugh about that. And now that's how I remember my brother. So humor is a very important part of our lives. And it's around us all the time. I've made Mario smile. I can see that there. So humor is very important, and we need to use humor more in communications, because if we had a good laugh in communication, people would be better. Because I don't know, can you imagine this? You only want to deal with people that make you feel good. Am I correct? You don't want to spend your time with pawpaws.
Yeah.
You want somebody that makes you laugh and makes you feel good. So there we go. What do you do, Marius? Mario, at least?
No.
What do you do?
Well, I've finished grade 9 now, so yeah, going to vacation.
Yes. So, and you want to do radio presentations?
I don't know, actually. I think so. And I want to be an electrician.
Oh my giddy flippin' aunt. I wired up my pool pump today. We put in a new pool in our house, and I did all the wiring, the electrical wiring for it, and all that stuff. And yes, I can do it.
Yeah.
So, an electrician's a good job, and you don't have to be a bright spark. Oh no, or Eskom. But if you want to be an electrician, the money's not good, but the money is a laugh. In fact, it's a current joke. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my friend.
All right.
Anything else? I appreciate your effort reaching out to me, Mario. Have a jaw. Carry on working. Is that cool?
You too. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks.